You know, there's a superstition out there, right? And there's a superstition, and the superstition goes like this. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. And I think I know what I'm talking about, but it kind of goes like this. Let's say I speak out loud. I say, "I hope the tunnel doesn't collapse." Right? I hope the tunnel doesn't collapse. And the superstition is that because you said it, it's gonna collapse, right? Like, they're like, like, this is close to manifestation and shit like that. Although not the same thing. It was similar though, but it's like, oh, um, and like, I mean, there's a spiritual side of manifestation and all that, and this superstition itself, right? Um, you know, it's like I was on the bus one time and I was talking to this kid and he had just done this ritual, right? Hey, you're not getting any more food. You guys are kittens. You need milk and water, and I give you some food. I'm not starving you, but all I want is make you sick and die. I shut up, Bandit. That Bandit whining, appropriately named actually. But um, and he said that he had just done this ritual that morning. He was kind of like a witch type, And so I was interested because I met witches before, and they don't give up information. Real ones don't give up any information. Um, about their witchy stuff. um, but so I was like, oh yeah, tell me about this ritual. And it was like this purification ritual that he was doing. He just was probably burning some leaves or something and like doing probably humming. Humming actually calms your nervous system. Calms your nervous system. So humming's good. Singing calms your nervous system, I think. Unless you're singing rock. Yeah. Um, but what he was saying is just like he's trying to get the negative spirits out, and he's trying to bring in positive ones. And it's like, damn, that's a great little ritual, if you want to try to have a good day. Now, of course, that ritual can be messed up too at the same time, because it's like right now I'm tired. Fuck, man. I work today. I work after work tomorrow. I only worked a half day today, but tired right now. But sometimes life makes you tired, and that's a good thing. It's a really, really good thing. And sometimes really good things are just beautifully hard. See, when they first came, Smokey was kind of sick. And so he was just laying and sleeping all the time. He had a eye thing. His owner said that he slept near a vent and gave him an eye something or another. But he seems to be getting healthier, obviously. But these two, they were kind to him. And he was just sleeping and recovering. But like yesterday, I saw, like, look at him. Yesterday I saw Smokey doing that to him, and doing that to him too. Like he's seems to be the stronger one out of them all. But anyways, I mean that's kind of what this. It's kind of what this knock on wood thing's about, right? It's kind of what this knock on wood thing's about. It's don't get negative thoughts. Don't get negative thoughts. And don't just don't let negative thoughts like drag you down, because that's what negative thoughts can do. And like the trick is to realize that truth is never a negative thought, no matter how hard it is to digest. Anyways, but yeah, no, it's like I hope the tunnel doesn't collapse, and then you knock on wood in order to prevent what you just said from coming true, right? And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of how I understand the knock on wood thing. And so it's a superstition that promotes positive thought, right? Now, concerning all this stuff, though, I like to do my own thing. Because, like last night, I was listening to those videos I was making last night, and I was just, damn, I'm just a stupid drunk, These are just stupid. Just drinking too much, but I'm gonna change here soon, I swear. This is one of my last beers, I swear. No, change is in the air, and I feel it, and I feel good right now. But I do kind of one of my own things, and it's, I kind of consider it more higher level than all the stuff that I've just been talking about, because it's like I put that, I'm a drunk, and Teresa, I can hear her in my head, and she's like, don't say that about yourself. Stop saying that about yourself. Because you only are what you say, right? It's a good line. She's got a lot of good lines. You only are what you say. And I'm well aware. Fucking am totally well aware of that, because I'm a badass, and I know it. But I don't have to. You know what it's a lot like. It's a lot like in Harry Potter, where you need a wand in order to do magic. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the positive thinking stuff. But for me, it's like, no, I can do magic without a wand. But it's higher level. It's totally higher level, because it's like, no, I can put myself down, and I can say I'm a drunk because I'm a fucking ninja, right? And I'm trying to, as Sun Tzu would say, pretend to be weak, right? At certain times, and you pretend to be strong at certain times, and all that stuff. But it's like, as I'm putting myself down, I have to try to fucking fight that and not believe it, and just speak my weakness to others, without really owning it. That's what this is, a ninja spirituality. But anyways, that's not why I made this video. I made this video actually because of statistics. Statistics was always really, really interesting to me, because when I thought about it, it's like it's when I thought about it, it's like, because it's like you have math, right? And all math is the same. You ask a question and you get an answer, and that's math. But statistics, it's its own type of math, all different than all the other maths. Because in statistics, you ask a question, and guess what? You do not get an answer, So I'm just like dismissive of statistics at first. Really, totally fucking dismissive of statistics. And but then I'm looking at these like poker players, right? Or these gamblers, right? And there's some men out there who can make a living just on gambling. Like, what badasses they are. Like, damn, they're badass motherfuckers. They could just make a living totally on fucking gambling. But I saw it within my own thoughts, but I also saw it within one of my younger brother's thoughts, because I was talking about gambling one time, and I'm like, I don't understand gambling, like, I'm not gonna fucking fork up $200 for some stupid shit. And if I was rich, then yeah, no, I'd gamble, but no, it just didn't make sense to me. And but then I saw these like fucking gamblers that are just like making money, and it's not that they're making money. Like, scratch that out. It's that statistics has a power to it. There is a certain power to statistics, and I thought about it even within my own thoughts, because there's the 50-50 thing, right? If you flip a coin 100 times, it might be 80-20, but you flip it 100 more times, and eventually it's always going to be 50-50, which is interesting, because like, you think of 50-50, and no, that's not true. 50-50 is like a fucking a fucking equation, like it's a fucking equation, a wave, But it's like, this is how the ancient shamans used to do it. And we totally fucking disrespect these ancient shamans. We totally fucking disrespect the ancient shamans. We laugh at them, right? And like, the Rome used to have their sacred chickens, and a lot of culture, because like Rome had their sacred chickens, but like a lot of cultures would do, they did blood and bone readings, but that's kind of what the Romans were doing too. But it's sacred chickens. It was the sacred chickens that made Rome powerful. No, it was, but they should also do their bird stuff, right? Where they looked up into the sky and they divided the sky up, and if a bird flew on this side of the sky, then it would mean something, and if it flew on that side of the sky, it would mean something. right? And we totally fucking disrespect it. Like, Teresa, she just took my fucking tarot cards, man. Fuck. She did. She better bring them back. She told me she was gonna take my 2 little kittens from me, too. Because those 2 dark ones are mine. Yep, no, I don't have my tarot cards. Shit. I haven't used them in a while. They're fun. They're really fun, but... talking to the other side of the bill gets old sometimes. But it's like we totally fucking disrespect them. We totally disrespect them because they were the first scientists. I hate to break it to you, but they were the first scientists. These ancient shamans. Like it was like they put a line through the sky. They put a line through the sky. And it's like birds on that side, birds on that side. And they each mean something. So, in other words, statistically speaking, this shouldn't be possible. They should get it right 50% of the time and get it wrong 50% of the time. Right? But just like there's some... Like, and like everybody wants to pride themselves on who can pick the winner of a fight or a sporting match, a football match or a basketball match. You know, who can pick the winner? And the person who picks the winner the most is given honor. You know. And it was the same way, but they were very scientific about it. And that's why we fucking totally disrespect them. Totally fucking scientific about it. And it's just like, I'm not saying it's real, you know. I mean, I love superstition because I think it's funny, you know. That's it, period, bottom line. Superstition, like, knock on wood, you know, you're just like, you're doing magic right now, you know, by knocking on wood. And it's just funny, you know, but is it real? Is it real? And something like that can be studied, and that's why I'm making this video. Like, you can study whether or not if you say it, it'll happen. Now, your target audience cannot, like, hear this video, right? They gotta be in the dark. But as long as they don't hear this video, and as long as they don't know what the study's about, right? Because that's how they do most studies. They want to try to hide what the real study is from the participants, so the participants don't muddy the waters. But that's the first thing that could be studied, right? That's the first thing that can be studied. And the second thing that can be studied is if someone says something and then they knock on wood and they believe in that superstition. Knock on wood, right? If they believe in that superstition, then that's another study that can be done, right? And it's statistics which will give us an answer to whether or not this superstition is bullshit. Because if it doesn't conform to the 50-50 rule, if it doesn't conform to the 50-50 rule, then damn, maybe there is something to that superstition. You know, like, maybe there is something to that superstition if it doesn't conform to the 50-50 rule. Like, shit like that can be studied. And no, shit like that can totally be studied. It's like, no, it's like fucking all these scientists out there. Like, why don't you just start studying superstition? Like, that would be some great scientific studies out there, because it'd be real fucking science. Because all real science has math behind it, you know. And but it's weird to me, and that's the last thing I want to say on this video. It's just weird to me. It's just like, I always loved math, and when I first started learning statistics, I was so dismissive of it. I was just so like, it's like you ask a question and math is gonna give you a fucking answer. You know, it's gonna give you a fucking answer. But if you ask a question of statistics, it's just gonna give you a range within where the answer lays hidden. Like, the answer is somewhere in this range, you know. And I was just like, ugh. Ugh. But it's like, now I'm thinking maybe statistics is like the divine math.